For years, I've been burning to preach on a particular topic. Never preached on it before, and I've never heard anyone else preach on it either, ever. I held off, but now that I'm at St. Martin's and in this place, inspired by those around me, I just can't hold back any longer.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm going to preach on the blessed, holy, undeniable drive to create, placed deep in our hearts by God, the original great creator of all.
Amen.
From today's psalm, great are the deeds of the Lord. They are studied by all who delight in them. His work is full of majesty and splendor, and his righteousness endures forever. He makes his marvelous works to be remembered. Before the beginning, God was in total glorious power and majesty, alone, self-contained, and absolutely self-sufficient in infinite glory. But suddenly, one day, well, actually, this was before there were days. Anyway, God suddenly got up and created the heavens and the earth, the plants and the seeds, the animals, the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and humankind. But why? Where did that come from? Well, there's an easy answer, and easy answers are often the best answers, I think. God created because God is a creator. God is creative. It's a big part of who God is. It's God's way. Now, when you look up at the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, that old gray-bearded God looks like he never had a single happy day in his eternal existence and not much hope for any joy in the future either. In fact, when I think about it, I can't remember one single artistic rendition of God smiling. But you know what? The artists missed it by a mile, and as artists, they should have known better. Think about the creation story in Genesis. God keeps stopping, stepping back, and saying the equivalent of, I nailed it again. That's good. One of my favorite Bible verses is from Psalm 104, which praises creation. Quote, yonder is the sea great and wide, creeping things innumerable are there, living things both small and great. There go the ships and the Leviathan that you formed for the sport of it. God made that great sea monster, the Leviathan, for fun, for no other reason than for the sport of it, to experience that bubbling joy of creating. And then, wonder of wonders, in Genesis 5:1, we read, when God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. And we do see God's image in humankind. We see love, compassion, and forgiveness, and we see the same drive to create.
Amen. Amen.
When we experience joy in creating, we experience the breath of God breathed into us at the moment that we were created. Kids, I think, are in some ways closer to God than we stodgy old adults. A child will make up and sing a song that is all heart and maybe no tune. My dog's name is Tony, and he's a big dog, and he swims in a swim pool, and then he smells like a wet dog. My younger son drew an orange horse on the wall at 3 that I'm positive was twice as tall as him, and I'm still not sure how he did it. And how many of us began some of the happiest hours of our young lives saying something like, okay, I'll pretend to be the princess, you pretend to be the wizard, and we'll start out and get a dragon for a pet. It can fly, okay? I'm so sure that God laughs with them. Let the children come unto me and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, yes.
Amen.
There's many ways to create as there are people, as each of us is created unique. Scientists are in the business of creating new ways to find out. They create bodies of knowledge, changing and increasing the way we perceive the glorious wonders of the original creation. Gardeners kneel beside God as seeds are planted. And the cooks. Now, there are some like me who cook because, well, you got to eat, and frankly, raw is tough to chew. There are others who throw off showers of creative sparks in the kitchen, and when they finally lovingly lean over and place that platter on the table, they warm the soul as well as nourish the body. We intentionally create families through love and effort and through dedication. Some families begin as blood relation and some we grow by choice. But it is our vision of what might be made real and our day-by-day commitment to that vision that creates a family. And sometimes it's in teaching something that we can change the life of another person. A person has a goal and is trying really, really hard and can't quite make it. We teach it one way, we teach it another way, and suddenly come up with a new way to teach it. And they light up and say, I get it. And we parents, teachers, managers, mentors, librarians, social workers, and coaches get the inexpressible jump of joy in the chest. Good teaching is a creative process, getting others over the speed bumps of life so they can roll right along into the big world. Now, when people reach deep down into themselves and create things set aside to God's purpose, we call these objects holy. There are chalices, stained glass windows, crosses, and vestments, but no less holy. There's a hand-knitted or crocheted scarf created to be given to one of God's beloved to keep them warm and remind them that they are loved.
Yes, yes.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s magnificent writing and oratory. James Weldon and James Rosamond Johnson's Lift Every Voice and Sing, Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman's The Hill We Climb, and our own gospel music traditions have over the years raised us up, gifted us with the peace and power necessary to go out day after day, month after month, year after year into the world to create justice where there was none.
Say that, say that.
Amen.
And there are those very, very special few who dedicate their entire lives to the creative process. Blessed are the composers, directors, and actors. Blessed are the vocalists, instrumentalists, writers, dancers, and visual artists. They reach down into themselves and through the creative act, illuminate the very essence of what it means to be human. And it is in creating, engaging in creation that we find healing and peace.
Yes, yes, yes.
I was over 50 years old. Life had been hard and unfair, and frankly, my confidence was snake belly low. Then I met Harley. We met at church and had been sort of casually seeing each other over a couple of months when he suggested we go out dancing after the Easter Eve service. But I can't dance, I told him. I hadn't danced for well over 3 years and I wasn't very good at it when I did and couldn't imagine that changing. I'll pick you up Tuesday night, bring a CD player, we'll go over to the parish hall and I'll teach you to dance. The next Tuesday in the parish hall, he took me in his arms and swept me around the room in delicious circles. I could dance. I looked up at him, saw his sweet smile, the joy in his blue eyes as he looked up at me, down at me. He was happy because I was happy. Through the music and the dance, in that instant, the broken pieces of my heart swirled together, not only healed, but almost bursting with the undeniability of love. After 15 years of truly blessed marriage and a life greater than I could have asked for or imagined, Harley died. I had to go on, but how? And then Alice's birthday party, complete with a DJ and a dance floor. I sat next to Barbara Heiler at the dining table as the music began. She was all dressed up and ready to go and said, we should get on out there. But I told her, no, you go on, I can't dance. I'll never dance again. I can't dance without Harley. But she wouldn't let it go. Come on, girl, you can do it. Let's go. I'll go with you. She was irresistible, and I followed her on out there. And I gave myself over to her encouragement, the joy of those around me, and the music.
Amen.
And I danced.
Amen.
I couldn't dance without
Yes,
Harley.
yes.
Amen.
It would not be the same, but I would dance on.
Amen.
That night, I did something to my hip and limped around for 2 weeks, but it was worth it. Through the creation of the music the creation of the dance and Barbara's creation of a space for me to heal, I could go on. Creativity, so basic to our souls, put in us by our God at the moment of our creation, is a source of joy, empowers us to change the world for the better, allows us to reach out to each other in expressions from our heart, and has the power to heal and grant us his peace. Psalm 98. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. For
Yes,
he has
yes,
done
yes.
marvelous-
Man, yeah.
Amen.
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 Praise God.
Amen.
Oh, man.
Everybody, thank you so much.
That was beautiful.
That was.
It was.
Yeah, thank you.